Welcome back to Blasphemous. Yeah. Today we're gonna go through the desecrated cistern, and we're actually gonna return to Hondo for a moment. So I have made the decision we're going up the mountain first, because that'll be fun. For now, though, we have the desecrated cistern. We came here very briefly before. Oh no, I've been murdered. Why, God? Why? Why whatever past is for God in this universe? Why? Because we have a lot we can do here. Ignore that, those are signs. This fine fellow, for instance.
Blessed are the eyes that with devotion see my tormented heart. Let the ones who are joyful in affliction and fasting come to me, for they are pleasant penance. 6 sting pains lance my flowery breast. Take the first one and purge one of your 6 mortal stains of the soul.
Health increase! Sweet! Interesting, the 6 stab wounds. I don't actually know what that could possibly be a metaphor. I'm sure someone in the Bible got slaughtered in such a manner. Is this where we're going? I think so. I'll find out. Oh yeah, don't bother killing those dudes that just pop up. I mean, these guys, you can murder. That's not what I mean. It's those dudes that... You'll know exactly what I mean. When they get hit, they explode. They will always come back, and there's no point in killing them. Now, we can't do anything over here because of this poison mist. So you can try. There's even an item you can get that makes you resistant to them. Don't bother until you get an item later on, which makes you immune. You're just gonna be hurting yourself. Those guys right there. There's no point in trying to kill them because these bitches keep bringing them back. Let me see. Yeah, I'll go this way first. Whatever. Or do I want to? Yeah, why not? A lot of enemies you've already seen before. Chopped off. This is not a major area, but there's a lot we can find here. If we keep going this way, we're gonna find this. Yeah. Oh no, I've been murdered. Now we can do this. Very good, very good. Now we're back here and back in Mercy Dreams, where we can buy stuff if we really feel like it. This is Candelaria.
Let us be captives of the miracle, penitent one. Do not be surprised to find this merchant here. This ancient occupation requires me to be wherever I can obtain rewarding benefits. Call me Candelaria. For what I sell would make your eyes light up like the high bonfires. I will not ask you for any money whatsoever. Those forbidden tears you shed would be more than enough for me. Go ahead, cast your darkened eyes over these valuable treasures.
So we don't really want any of these yet. We want the key. That item on the right makes you resistant to poison damage, including what a lot you can get here, but I don't find it to be super useful. Eventually, I do want to buy everything from her. Now, this item here we are going to buy, even though I don't particularly need it.
What you here is as lustrous as the first star of the night. And may my eyes be blinded if I'm lying.
And may my eyes be blinded. So this pearl, which if you look at it, you can definitely see is an eyeball, will, oh wait, no, this is the wrong item. Huh. It does definitely look like an eyeball though, doesn't it? Empty tarnished sphere. There is no trace of nacre left, but as it retains just a hint of bluish sheen, it creates fervor when destroying surrounding objects. It has got to him, brother. The miracle is within these walls, said the friar, scared. Grab that piece of wood and help me block his cell, answered the other friar, younger than him. And while they both parted slowly, listening to the screams and banging through the massive wooden door, a small, round object rolled from under it. It's not the item I particularly thought, but it is a good item. So as you can see, this is an area we could have come to Fervor Dreams. Whoops, I don't want to do that. Come here. Murder. Where are we at? We're here. Alright, cool. So, simple shortcut back to Mercy Dreams, back to that chick. Very easy. Might as well have done it. And these enemies still don't respawn, so nothing lost, nothing gained. You know how it is. So we have up there an empty bile vessel. So I actually want to keep some Tears of Atonement because we are about to get it unlocked. A forbidden key that was guarded by the eldest brother of the Brotherhood, but was eventually lost, thus forever sealing the chamber it opened. I hear his lament, the one who was believed mute from the beginning, since there were witnesses to the first miracle, the afflicted one who asked for punishment and had it granted to him. I hear his lament. Even if the Father is no longer with us, even if only his images, large and small, remain in all the sacred places, I hear his lament. It is the miracle that makes me hear it. This is my punishment as the eldest brother and guardian of this congregation whose mystery is the silence of the Father. I hear his lament and I don't want to hear it anymore. I will have yours cover his. That is my penance. So this is the eldest brother, most likely the warden we fought in the beginning, I believe. Most likely was the eldest brother, and we killed him. We can now get to that locked chamber in the Brotherhood. There is a treasure in there we do want. First off, let's go this way. We're gonna fully explore this area and maybe get to the mountains. I believe we're gonna go to the mountains first, just to really show off something. The mountains are probably the hardest area in the game. Well, not in the game, but of the initial 3 attritions. Rejected by his family, his village, and even by other lepers, Fierce only found solace in the echo that his voice returned to him while he took refuge in the tunnels of the desecrated cistern. So he died here. Not even other lepers wanted from him a truly lonely existence. Very sad, actually, if you really think about it. This game has a lot of humor and stuff, but the idea of a leper who isn't even accepted by other lepers and is forever alone, truly forever alone until he died, to the point that the only comfort granted to him was his own voice echoing back to him from the cistern walls. That's really, really sad. That is not a good existence. There was a piece of music sent up with a not necessarily sent to the stars with a record of humanity on basically like a little satellite looking thing. And the music chosen was meant to represent the most human of wow, good job, brain. The most human of emotions. And what was chosen was from a blues singer who had truly felt loneliness, and that was the emotion given that should be the most human of emotions. Gosh, hell. Don't let him blow me up. Kill her. So as you can see, I can dodge under this poison. It takes a moment for this poison to take effect, but it does a lot of damage. If I die to one of these puzzles, honestly, it will not surprise me whatsoever. This poison does a lot of damage. You can get that item, like I said, but I'm not gonna bother. Right there, I was in the animation, so I was protected. You can probably fall through that fast enough you won't take the poison damage from it, but it's kind of hard to know. There's an important item here. Wait for it. If you get hit by that, it will knock you off. Ow. Good job, brain. We'll go ahead and jump off. Now, as you can see, there's a secret passage right there, but the item we can't get yet. It must be around here. The bell will not stop ringing. I hear its jingling even in my dreams. Its hands are wounded from all the digging. Or my hands, I guess. It must be around here. Just one more wound. I hear it close by. So there is an item back there, but we cannot jump up to get it yet. Don't bother. Here we go. Biliary Vessel. Awesome. We now have 4, and it fully heals us. We can come back and get healed from there. Fill up our flask and everything for a price. That was like the main thing I wanted here, was to get that. We have some extra tiers. I haven't been able to unlock a lot of abilities yet, which is my fault, mind you. Any second now. There we go. I just don't want to have to climb back up this again. Yeah, it's fast. too fast. What the hell just happened to me there? Anyone else see that? That was really weird. Go back. Yeah, we'll go back. Is there anything? Yeah. If this is the right way, I will show it. If not, I won't show it. I'll just fucking skip it. Alright, if I'm not mistaken, this is the right path to an item, which we want. We love items here. We like being able to do things with items. Murder! I'm just gonna jump over that man. Kill. Kill. These guys are actually pretty annoying because you cannot hit them. Oh, ooh, wow, I'm surprised I didn't get hit there. Kill this bitch. You can't even attack us. Weird, she disintegrates into poison. Empty bile vessel, sweet. This was the right way. Okay, so I thought this was later on. I kind of messed it up. That's my fault. It will cost more to be able to fill up our bile vessel now. I'll have to spend even more of my tears, but that's fine. As you can see, I mean, I'm going through with barely spending any tears. It's really not a problem. This game is so much fun to play. I could play this legitimately for like hours and hours. I have, as you can probably see from the beginning, I have multiple save files, specifically just because I love playing this game even from the beginning and trying out new stuff that I learned. As I've gotten better, I like to go back to the start. But it is very hard. It is Dark Souls hard, which Dark Souls sort of gets a lot of crap for how hard it is. It's really not that hard. Later games from FromSoft are a lot harder, especially like Armored Core and shit like that. That is harder than Dark Souls by a country mile. That is significantly harder than Dark Souls. I would say Elden Ring's harder than the original Dark Souls too, but it actually, I would say the original Dark Souls is probably the most fair of all of them, where games like Elden Ring, you start to feel just sluggish in comparison. Like Dark Souls, it felt like you were the same speed as the things you were fighting. In Elden Ring and later games, you're just so sluggish compared to your foes that it doesn't really feel all that great anymore, in my opinion. So that's the way back to Albero. We are going to go that way eventually. But let's unlock another shortcut and another item. Humorous of McMittens. McMittens, a nurse and cat lover, McMittens saved countless lives, humans and others. Unable to bear saving those who showed no respect for life, he put an end to his own. To those who harm animals, I hope you have a nice long stay in hell. So we can go back there. McMittens couldn't, had a funny name, loved animals, loved people, loved life, and just could not bear the fact that there were other people in the world that were unable to respect life in the same way he did. A lot of these freaking assholes here. It's actually pretty much quicker to jump through this than try to dodge. It's funny, I was actually able to hit more because that pot made me have a bigger swing, weirdly. Let me see, which way am I going? I think it's this way. Here, let's unlock the shortcut back to Albero first. So, remember how we couldn't go east at the beginning? Now we can! And we can go back to Albero wherever we want. However, we want to keep going, because there is more items to get here. If I'm not mistaken, even more billory flasks. However, I probably won't be able to get the, get it refilled just yet. There's a dude in here. Yep. Weirdly, their legs are not a hit zone. I don't remember if there was a dude there or not. Go through here. As long as you jump above this poison, you're fine. We want to go down first. So here's the thing. We're going to have to sort of climb through that poison. Don't climb through it. Don't climb straight through it. Jump through it. So right there. It only hurts you if you're in it long enough. So, like there, I barely had to climb through it. On this situation, I'm gonna have to dodge under it. If you dodge under it fast enough, like immediately dodge after dodging, you'll be totally fine. You won't get hit. If you fall, you very easily may die. Now, whenever you take damage from the poison, you get knocked back a little bit. I can actually show it for a moment. Now, like that, I didn't get pushed back, but if I was jumping or trying to do anything or climbing, it would. And sometimes the poison just does it even if you're running around. If that happens, do not panic. If you panic, you will die to that poison. Let's look at that item we got. This is a very important item we need back in Albero. Dark cloth that has kept its silky feel despite the passing of the years. Dark cloth that has kept its silky feel despite the passing of the years. One of the 3 remains of an unfinished ceremony. The wounds inflicted by a broken oath rarely ever find healing. Actually, this is not an item we need for Albero. This is for something else. No one knows what they asked for in that prayer, nor why they didn't want to be wedded. The miracle with its grievous plans went to the aid of the sisters, if you can call that aid. This is the item we need in order to finish Hondo. Well, basically finish Hondo. Sing, murdered! I'm gonna keep going. We're actually very close to Hondo, so that is a pathway to Hondo. Obviously, we can't do it right now. That's cool. We have basically completed the cistern. We're gonna go back to Hondo for a moment. Whoops. As you can see, there's no grab points here. I might even take some damage going back up, just because, to be honest, it's not that much with how many biliary flasks I have. Now with 5 and with extra health, we are feeling pretty damn good. Ow, I didn't even see that guy. So, instead, we're going to do some stuff back in Albero, and then we might call it. How much time? No, we can keep going. Alright, now that we're here, let's go ahead and give the bones up, so we can get some Tears of Atonement.
Listen to the creaking of the bones in the darkness, for they hear us too. The bones are grateful for your help. They are awakening. And with them, so too is the voice. Bring the rest of the bones before me, penitent one. Bring the bones.
Now, remember this area past the hordes of dead, naked men. Just like my home, just like my basement, funny joke. I have used the key. Now we can go in and get ourselves an interesting item. Just fucking shove my hand through it. Blood perpetuated in guilt. In sand. I know it's sand, but it sounds cooler. Preserve blood with miraculous properties. With the passage of its bearer, new ledges are revealed, formerly invisible to the beholder's eyes. The miracle is truly unfathomable, and no one knows the origin of the blood that swirls around the wearer's feet. Take this bag and fill it with sand. Now imbue it with the blood spilling from those dreadful wounds, so it will turn crimson red. With it, you will show the way through these dry lands for those who are yet to follow. Leave me now. I want to say my prayers, for I will soon be joining the dry sap of these roots that painfully embrace our Father. Who knows where the blood came from? The eldest brother, perhaps? A former leader? We're going to go to our inventory, and we're going to equip it. Whoops. Blood perpetuated in sand. Now, in different areas, we'll be able to see red particles become a actual platform that we can jump on. And there's a couple here already that we're going to interact with. I'm going to rest at the shrine. Might as well. We're going to keep going back, because there were a couple like that we couldn't interact with before. Now, here's the thing. It's a little bit of a puzzle. So if I stand on this, it's fine. Now, there's a little bit of a puzzle with these. Not those, apparently. Good job, brain. They will disappear after a moment. Now, this is an actual puzzle. You have to be quick enough, or these platforms will disappear. Like so. They will disappear right under your feet. Welcome to another part of the Brotherhood. We are on top of it now. Interesting place. I saw the lady, the penitent one of gold and brocade, the one with the helmet whose visor shades her eyes as she watches the accursed and slowly setting sun. Apparently I can't read anything. I fucked that up. You can see it, refresh it. Don't worry, you probably won't perish a horrific death if you fuck this up. Now here is an item. Look at that, Tirana of the Celestial Bastion, a new prayer. Let's show off some of these prayers real quick. That is not the right button. So now we can attack with the speed of God. Or this one. That is the wrong button again. Let me... I don't have enough fervor. Interesting. I do not have enough fervor for it. A prayer that abuses the bounties of the miracle to sanctify the very air around whoever intones it. It generates a barrier of divine lightning that damages any enemies trying to cross it. I do not fear punishment for wanting to know what is forbidden, for asking more than I should, for wanting to look beyond the olive groves. I do not fear punishment, for everything hails from the divine, including punishment. I could very easily die on this return trip. Oh man, that was sort of a leap of faith. Oh no, I fucked it. Oh my god, I thought I fucked it up for a second. It's fine. We can't do anything through that door yet. Don't even bother. So that looks like all we can do here for now. We can try and go back, but there's really nothing else to do yet. We will be returning to the Brotherhood once again, though. Just not yet. So we will not be accessing the DLC yet. You have to do it in New Game Plus. You have to complete the journey for the Penitent one at least once. Can I kill this guy before? No, I can't. All right, that's fine. Whatever. Yeah. So we have to get to New Game Plus. There is New Game Plus. Very cool. Obviously, it's harder. I'm melting. Now we can do this. Get this item. Painted wood bead. Sphere covered in yellow varnish. The chipped paint betrays its origin. Holm oak of the forest of the Holy Line. It recovers health when destroying surrounding objects. Very helpful. Especially if, like me, you just take random damage because you're an idiot. Now we got that. We'll continue to Albero. Now I will meet you back here in the wasteland of buried churches. I should have done the rest of that. I just forgot. It's fine. It's cool. We've already done most of what we need to do in that area. So now we're going to where olive trees wither. Actually, meet me right here, because using the blood-soaked sand, we can get an item right there. So something interesting has happened on the way back to Albero. This way is now open. Once you complete one of the humiliations, you can come here. Now, this doesn't do anything yet except take donations. Once you donate 20,000 Tears of Atonement to that, your shrines will give you an additional buff. Your flasks will heal more. It's something else, too. Very interesting. All right, so we're back here. We are going to complete something. I might die here, actually. I probably should have rested at the right spot. We can see below us that there is nothing but death and unfortunate, fate down there. I'm actually gonna let this get murdered. I really don't want to die here. That would really annoy me. All right, cool. Boom. Tentutia's carnal remains. That's disgusting. Remains of the murdered novice Tentutia, that were isolated from the rest so she could not receive a holy burial. Who was Tentutia, you ask? Well, she was once a girl born in this same yellowish village of Albero, like you and me. On her 15th year, something extremely unusual happened. Her parents watched as part of her hair began twisting, unavoidably turning into very thin thorns. Concerned with the thought that it might be a punishment from the miracle, they locked her in as a novice inside a distant nunnery, famous for its strict cloistering, thus preventing the discovery of what would have undoubtedly been considered heresy. Now, I actually forgot to look at the lore for this item. We call this pilgrimage route the Trail. Our wagons have always passed through here, and the tracks have gotten deep enough to even unearth the chalky sand that lay hidden under the thick forest, such that if one could see it from above, it would look like a long ochre line crossing the woods. Please don't die here. Oh! I almost died there. That would have been so annoying. That would have sucked so bad. Oh, man. So we got that item. I feel like I almost overshot that. Now we're going up to the mountains. Now, I will die here. This is a brutal area, okay? This mountains is a brutal area, and it is so easy to die there. Squeesh. You wreck, nerd. You tried, you failed. Get the fuck out of here. This area is probably going to cause some deaths. This area, you can also access so early. Do not do this area first. Don't do what Shane did and access this area first. You will hate yourself forever for it. Oh, right. Did I talk to that guy? Yeah, I talked to that guy. That's right. Well, I say talk to him. I listened to him say something about being horribly murdered and being like, heh, what a loser. Excellent. Item. Radius of Heltzer, the poet. The work of the poet John Clark Heltzer had a sadly posthumous success, especially his poem To the Red Leaf. The poem was found next to his corpse, severed by a fallen tree. Interesting. Speaking of being severed by a fallen tree, this poor guy we could have talked to earlier, it's fine. It's fine, he never said anything that interesting. Thimble adorned with gold carrying an inscription that reads, "Only cold gold can carry the redeeming oil." A young villager named Aurea had such beautiful and pious face that even as a child, statue sculptors took her as a model for their creations. Her face became so recognizable that little by little, people took her as the living, breathing image of divinity, until it reached a point where they ended up taking her out on procession and even replacing their own images. Such was the fervor around her that she could not bear to be mistaken with the divinity, and burned her face with boiling oil to gift her pious beauty to God, and took up the habits of a convent. It's interesting, that is the first time we hear the term God, giving it up to God. I wonder if they meant to do that or meant to say the miracle or something, because that specifically says God. These guys are very familiar. Ugh. Uh-oh. Yeah, you can murder them from here. Oh, there's so much death here. We want to go this way first. Get ourselves a nice item. Incense garlic. We can bring that back to Albero. Bulb white as bone. Very hard to find. Its intense aroma, reminiscent of sandalwood, is only noticeable on rainy days, betraying its hiding place. It was sought after by the herbalist with the best sense of smell for its miraculous properties. Confessions of Terso, Part 6. This is the guy we were talking to. Ever since then, our pious hisses have saved hundreds. Kisses, not hisses. So I don't have my glasses on, that's why I'm messing up so much. I've actually lost them and need to replace them. From the affection of the miracle that ravages these lands. And from then on, our congregation has been called that of the Kissers of Wounds. Also in service to God. Possibly. Boom! I was able to get it. Horizontal swipe. Okay. That works. Is there anything even over there I need yet? There's a guy who's dead. Nope, can't do it from there. Oh my god, that was really lucky. There's a couple things I cannot do in this area quite yet, but it was important I get the sand, covered in blood before I did anything else. I'm gonna do a little bit of this action. Okay. On these cliffs, located at the foot of a snowy abyss, the roots of a secret await those who are patient. Interesting. It's right below me, I hope. Yeah, okay. Thing is, though, oh god, it's right here. Sweet. I have died so many times in this place. Just from falling. Falling is only half of the danger here. We're gonna be able to do more here eventually. These enemies are dangerous, so you can only hit them while they're out. And they do a lot of damage, and you can... Oh, I killed them. Cool, it takes 3 hits here. They attack very quick. Got that one. 4 hits. 4 hits is what it takes. With the mea culpa. Upgraded. Can I just attack him from here? Cool. It's never cowardly to just fucking go ham. Oh, I hate these bitches so much. Come on. Come on, I know you want to. Ow. And then they throw their stupid exploding oil. Damn, that's fucking annoying. There, get wrecked. Ah, God, I hate those guys. I hate those chicks. All right, gotta keep going. Another one. Great, it's my favorite. Ah! Just keep attacking up. Awesome, got her. Fuck you. That was for hitting me with a rock, you dickbag. And this is for throwing shit at me. I've trapped myself. That's fine. It was worth it to get my vengeance. That chick now down here. Murder! Oh, these bell guys. Similar to the dudes from before. Go fucking ham. Just go ham. Don't even give them the chance. So they won't fire anything at us. Oh my god, that could have been so bad. So they can charge at us. They don't attack. Like right there, they're gonna start charging at us. Simply put, just keep smacking them. Remains of Tentutia's hair. Remain of the thorned hairs of the novice Tentutia that were isolated from the rest so she could not receive a holy burial. Tentutia spent several years in that nunnery, and as she grew up, it became harder and harder to hide her hair. It wouldn't stop twisting and growing thorns, and the blood from the wounds it caused her did not take long to stain her pure white habit. The nuns, upon realizing, were frightened by it and soon began considering her cursed and a heretic, just as the parents of the girl had feared would happen. Poor girl. What a life. I'm not even gonna bother killing these things just because I have no reason to. We're getting close to the next checkpoint, and because we have so many biliary flasks, we can kind of spin them willy-nilly, as it were. All right, we are pretty close. Graveyard of the Peaks. This is the next area and is the area that will kill us. Now, because we got that, we can do this. Sweet. And because you fall down, you will find this area. That's actually a pretty ingenious design. Like, you'll fall down and you will find this area as a result. Like, I didn't necessarily attack, but the damage of me falling did. His traveling companion assured him that he would wait for him at the next shelter, just a day away. When Weston arrived the next day, there was no one there, nor the day after that. Not a lot of information from that one. So there's a... Ooh, you know what? While we're here. Yeah. Give me my health and fervor up. Another Candelaria tent. I'm not sure I'm gonna spend anything here. I kind of want some other items. So we need this item. This is the torn bridal ribbon. This is part of the quest we need to finish with this item, the Black Grieving Veil. But it is not part of the Tentutia's Remains quest, but we need 3 wedding-related items, and this is one of them. How much is this?
What I am offering you, and may my...
How much is this? 800? Damn, I really want... What is this one?
And may I dot...
Morning Black. 5,000. Increasing the defenses of whoever carries it. All these are good. This item here allows us to see the health bars of enemies we're fighting. Very helpful, especially on your first round. However, how do I put this? There's just... it's not very useful if you've been playing it a ton, and I already basically know. So here's Knot of the Rosary Rope. Once again, very helpful. This item, extremely important, the Immaculate Bead. Very important. You need this item in order to get the true ending of the game. This item is extremely important. It absorbs guilt for a while whenever you die. And you do actually want to die with it on. You want it to be covered in guilt.
covered in guilt. For now, though, simple bead, devoid of purpose. Its pristine surface has never been soiled by fervent fingers. I have something for you, and for you alone, revealed the gypsy to a monk who had just stopped his donkey, as she uncovered a white stone possessing a strange beauty. Comes from the darkness of the ocean floor. Contemplate its purity. Look at its immaculate white, its virgin brilliance. What could be purer than this for your rosary, brother? And indeed, it is extremely pure. This is also extremely helpful because we are now able to come back to Albero from the peaks and also to do that. So we're here. We can give Tentudia's remains. Carnal remains. Carnal is like a word for like sex and stuff, which makes me think it's like her ovaries and shit, which is pretty fucked up.
Many tears were shed in her blessed name. 1,000 prayers do not clarify whether or not the grievous miracle is a manifestation of true holiness. Still, in our heart lieth no doubt that she was unjustly punished. Find the next remnants. The order blesses thee.
Tears of Atonement, and 500 of them. Now, we do have remains of Tentudia's hair. Very close to finishing this one. We're also going to give the incense garlic.
Penitents one in silence.
Tears of Atonement. So we don't have the rest of Tentudia's remnants. So we only need 3. We're going to give the incense garlic to Terso here. Suddenly we have 1,000 more, like 1,500 more.
With your contribution, the work of this brotherhood carries on.
Tears of Atonement, 500 and more. So every time we get some herbs, bring it back to him, he might give us something that is not Tears of Atonement. So that's not like an item he gave us. That is actually just tears. I'm actually going to remove that and put on the Immaculate Bead, I think. Because I want to get it, go ahead and absorb some guilt. Ascending Power, Last Words, that's the combo finisher. I want Sacred Thrust. We can get both. Sacred Thrust is really, really nice. You should probably already have it by now. Fervorous Blood is actually really, really good, too. I can actually perfect the lunge. I think I want Last Words. Fervorous Blood is a basic ranged attack. It's very, very helpful. It consumes fervor. It looks like it will consume health, too, but it doesn't. I think I want the combo finisher for this. Yeah. Cool. So, now, if I press the attack button during this, that attack comes out instead. That attack is glorious, by the way. That attack is absolutely glorious for allowing you to get executions. You will get so many executions with that attack. It's almost like purpose-built for causing the prompt to appear. Now we can use those levers to bring this to us. And we're going to keep exploring this little area. So that guilt statue, if we have a item totally soaked in guilt, we can activate it. We can actually properly do what we want to do with it. There we go. Got that. We now have 10. Sweet. I don't have any Tears of Atonement to buy from her. That's fine. And then I'm going to get full fervor and continue on. Now, we've done a lot. We did a lot of errands, basically. Got into the Graveyard of the Peaks. This is such a brutally tough area, and I'll let you see the wind is starting to move. So it actually slows you down and allows you to jump farther, depending on what direction. Now, right there, I cannot jump anywhere near as far. If the wind is against you, you can't jump very far. If the wind is with you, then you can jump super far, but you gotta be careful. There's tons of platforms like this. This guy will gladly launch you off if he will turn around and face me. There's the combo that does a lot of damage. So as you can see, ow. As you can see, we have new abilities, we have new attacks, we have new items, and we have the Knot of Rosary Rope. So the last thing you should do right now, I probably should have done it while I was in Albero with the extra Knot of Rosary Rope. I'm going to go to that lady who is here. I'm not actually sure it is a lady. Yeah, right there. And the Brotherhood of Silent Sorrows, and I will get the next the next rosary slot. That's all I'm gonna do for now. I'm gonna call it here. Slightly shorter video, but I might do another one today. It's just a lot of stuff's going on. I don't have my glasses anymore. They're either broken or just gone. I don't know what the hell has happened to them. But I'm like 5 inches away from the screen. That's why I can't quite read something. I'm farsighted, or not farsighted, nearsighted, but it's painful and it can cause headaches for me to keep doing this kind of thing. Obviously, I was able to complete a lot of the area. You know, cool, hooray! You know, hooray, woo, woo, yeah. But it's not good for me to do that. That's why I've sort of been messing up here and there. Next time, we will complete the Graveyard of Keeps, whatever the hell that frickin' mountain peaks is called. So that's all for me today. I will see you all next time for Blasphemous.